tell a little bit about who I am. This incarnation, I was born into a family lineage where my grandmother was Native American Indian and she was psychic. My mom was psychic. I've been having psychic experiences since I was a child and prophetic dreams. By the time I was 18, back in 1968, there was no internet, can't Google anything. And I'm here going, what is happening? What are these experiences I'm having? Why we're here? This life is all about? Why am I having these dreams? So I went down to my local library, and at the time, there was about literally this many books on the shelf with Ruth Montgomery, Edgar Casey, all the old classics about psychic stuff. And I read all those. And so at 18 is when I started my spiritual quest in a way that I was just really dedicated to it. The next 40 some years, I had a life. I had 2 husbands, 2 kids, a career. I had personal things that I came into this life that I needed to and wanted to learn about, and lessons I wanted to have. And then when I was 62, I found myself suddenly single, retired. Both kids were off on their own, doing great. And so I dove back into my spiritual studies and self-exploration full time. And within a year, my main guide, who's my higher self. We actually have many higher aspects of ourself, but that's multi-dimensionality, which is another class. My higher self became my tutor and took me through a lot of experiences, both in and out of my body. And I learned about a lot of things, dark and light, because to be truly enlightened, you need to know the dark as well as the light. The most profound metaphysical experience I had, I was outside in my garden beginning to meditate. My higher self took over the meditation and started calling in all of these things that I needed to do this soul contract for the last part of my life. I had the great cosmic mother. She is the divine feminine aspect, the mother, Father God, Mother God, so to speak. It's one and the same, but it's still different energy. She downloaded her codes into my heart center. And when that happened, it was like this huge elevator of energy came down over me and into me, and I could see the codes, and they were an electric neon green. I could see these codes. They almost looked like Chinese figures of writing. And this pressure was so intense as it's coming down into me that my physical heart actually started flip-flopping around in my chest. And I thought, oh my God, am I going to have a heart attack? But then I realized, no, this is divinely guided. So after I had this big experience, a couple of months later, I woke up being told that I'm a galactic grandmother. And my first question was, what is a galactic grandmother? The answer was a purveyor of galactic truth. And it became the Galactic Grandmother Project with a website. And I've written books about, I remember a lot of my past lives, about multidimensionality, do a lot of work in the quantum. And then now I have and all this is guided by spirit. Now there's a Galactic Grandmother Heart to Heart YouTube channel where I interview lots of people about different things. And now the classes. All of this is because we are in the middle of an ascension now. We are in the biggest leap of humanity's consciousness since the last 26,000 years. And we're all here because we're here not only for our own personal experiences, but to help anchor in the energies and to help raise consciousness on this planet to assist this ascension to take place. Now, I've been given a vision of what the future is, and it's going to be heaven on earth. This is already a timeline that's in place. It's just that here, we're going over some speed bumps, as you know, in society and the culture. It's just kind of crazy right now, but we'll get through it. It's all about assisting everyone else to connect into your own inner guidance. Anything that you might learn or relearn in this class, I encourage you to go out and teach it to your family and friends. Raising the consciousness, what does that really mean? That just means expanding your consciousness, expanding your awareness.